I ended up going to Newark, New Jersey. And contrary to everybody believed, Jamila didn't have it going on. She stayed in Newark, New Jersey, in the inner city of Newark, New Jersey, and a little small place, 2-bedroom, driving a Jeep, rusted floors. And of course, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but that's the best she was doing at that time. So it came together, again, much too quick, moved on, lived in 2 different places. You got to read the book and also watch the movie to be able to fill in some of these gaps. We were apart for a year. She came down the 2nd year. She said God called her to do this, what she was doing with the Car Chronicles. And after that, the 1st year, things blew up. So there was no vetting stage with she and I. I didn't know who she was, and she didn't know who I was. But there were so many things that along the way that, red flags, things that I've seen. I was transitioning at the time, to be really honest, and so was she. So that whole thing, people were saying, she was successful and I came on a coattail. That's not true. Because then when things blew up, I started administratively putting everything together to make her vision, because my whole thing is I'm a writer, producer, theater, and film. I've been doing that for years. People that know me, they know that's what I do. Currently now an author and all the other kind of stuff. But prior back then, I wasn't lacking any skills. I'm educated. I've been in everything from business to the medical field to owning my own company, the whole 9 yards. So, I was not working or whatever, that whole deal. And so her ministry took off. I started putting things in place. The numbers started going up, social media, things were going well. Then we got the attention of a gentleman who you all now see named Wesley, who comes and does what he does with her. God bless him. Asked to meet with us one day. We were living in Atlanta, Georgia. There was a gentleman that, by the name of, I'm not going to mention his last name, but his name Ruben. We met at a hotel. He was telling us, hey, I know how you guys can monetize off of social media, yada, yada, yada. At the time prior to that, she and I were doing conferences. I was booking them. We were going to all these different places. I was starting a brand. Just so many different things was happening. And so she became a phenomenon. People were, really infatuated with her. Hey, who's this woman? She's radical. She in a car. She got all this kind of stuff going, and just to kind of go back, guys, it started off good. Because I truly believe that despite of all that did not happen properly, and I didn't really talk about how we first met, and I went down there, the first day we met, we had sex and all that. I ain't talk about all that. But even through the disobedience, I know gifts and callings are without repentance. So there was something on her that I seen, but I couldn't quite identify exactly what that was. And so things were going good because we were doing it for the purpose of, I wanted to help people. There's a teaching, I have a teaching mandate on my life. So for me, everybody knows I'm a teacher. Everybody who's in my circle, everybody that deal with me knows that's what that is. I don't call myself a pastor. I'm over there now with the pulpit, and that's back to allowing yourself to be something that God didn't call you to be. So I'll get into that as well. So building the brand, building it out, things were going good. Met this gentleman, told us to come to Charlotte, North Carolina. We met him. Things were, at the time, had no idea that the guy was a crook. I'm really honest, had no idea that he was. And that this was his second stint after you guys were here to actual story or what actually happened. So for him, it was, hey, I can show you guys how to monetize. I think what you have is great. What do you all think? Kind of done a trial run, did all kinds of stuff. Seemed to be successful very, very quick. You know, I went on a lease from Delta, and then at that time, business was flourishing. I mean, things were going well. But not knowing in the process that this guy had secret motives and hidden agendas, as Rashana would say, because his secret motives and hidden agendas were I didn't know he was a convicted. I knew he was a convicted felon, but I didn't know exactly of what. And it wasn't not that I did not do my due diligence, but I always believe that I'm a great judge of character, and if I'm dealing with a person, and I don't believe in judging them, I'm giving you a chance. Oh, you did that? Oh, you cool now? Okay, cool. So was rocking with him. But in the meantime, I started seeing things being fishy and funny and stuff with the money. So for me, the biggest thing was accountability. So I tried, hey, me being me, one thing about me, I can't be controlled. I submit to my father. I'm a man's man. So regardless of what she said. And so these gentlemen wanted to, do some shady business deals or just a whole lot of different things was going on. And because for me, at the time, everything that we were doing was those gentlemen didn't want to put their mark on it or they didn't want to put their signature on anything. So at the time, I had when she tried to say I have no credit, and the buildings, I'm the one that got the buildings. I'm the one that did that. I'm the one that refurbished the buildings, myself and my son-in-law.